YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe so you won't miss any of my future uploads, and press the notification bell. Thank you very much. Do appreciate all my subscribers. Right, you will need a piece of card that is 10 inches by 7. You're going to score that down the middle at 5 inches and then fold and burnish. So let's just do that to start with. So we're going to fold and burnish. I'm going to do that on both sides so it moves it nice and flat. Right, inside we've got 2 pieces. So I've got 2 pieces of DSP, and these measure 4 3/4 by 6 3/4. So you want 2, and we're putting these inside the card. Okay. And so we're going to give them equal increments all the way around. Put that there and do the same with the other. Normally I don't cover up gold foil, but today, to keep the theme of how I want it, I am. So got just make sure it is coming out. Can't see it on the gold foil to see whether it's doing it properly. Right, so I'm going to put equal increments all the way around. There we go. That's 2, and then we're going to go back to the front for a minute. So I've got a piece of soft succulent, and this measures 4.5 by 6.5. So it's 4.5 by 6.5. And what I'm going to do is just very carefully, I'm going to just rip the edges off, making this a bit different today. So I'm going to try and rip those. So that's what size card we started off with, but now obviously when ripping into it you are going to have less. It's something I've never done before, so I'm trying it today. So we're going to have very uneven edges, and then down the side here. So I'm trying to stay as close as I can to the edges of this, and then the last piece down here. So I'm doing it on camera to try and show you what I'm doing at the same time as I'm doing it. Very difficult. Okay. So there we go. And then we're going to stick this to the top part of our card. But before I stick it on, I have got some twine. Is that what? Yes, that's what I knocked on the floor. Excuse me. Oh. So I'm going to get the twine. I forgot to get my tear and tape. So I'm going to do this roughly in the middle. So I'm going to turn it. In fact, do I want it that side? Which side do I want it? I think I might go for that side actually. So I'm going to stick it roughly in the middle. Just put some tear and tape on either side of my piece of card. Press it down. Get my pick tool to get that off and out of the way, and do that as well. So I've got some baker's twine or whatever it's called. So what I'm just going to do is wrap this round the piece of card. I'm going to wrap it round a few times, cross it over a bit to make it a bit different, so I'm going to just do it 3 times, and I'm going to put it in the same place. I could do it there, save a bit of it. Okay, so that's the Evening Evergreen piece, and I've probably got that with a set, but not sure what set I've got it with. Whoops, that's come undone. Sit. Put it over there again. Just put that down. In fact, so that I secure it, I think I'm just going to stick a bit on top of that because it had a tendency to pull away. So let's just stick that there. Okay. Then I'm going to just put glue on the back. I'm going to go over my strands to keep them in place. So you can choose whichever side you want to put it down. This was the side I excuse me, tore down, but I've decided to use that other side, so you can choose whichever one you want, and sticking it further towards the top. And then I've got a piece of card that sorry, not piece of card, a piece of DSP that measures 3 inches by 4 1/8. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to put my cutting blade out of the way. I'm just going to put this in, and I'm going to put it level with the top. I'll do it exact. I'm going to put it level with the 4 centimetre at the top, and I'm going to bring it round till it goes to the 1 inch. So I've got that on the 4 centimetre at the top there, and I'm not sticking all the way to the top. I'm just using that 4 centimetre line. And then I'm coming over to that's your inch line. So lining it up like that, and then I'm just going to go over. That's just so that is going to give me a nice tuck over like that. Okay. And I've got a tiny bit of scrap of Mango Melody, and this was just started off being 5/8 of an inch square, and all I've done is just cut off the corner there and there to make like a little pocket. And where's my little piece? Have I lost it now? Oh, I've lost my little piece. I've cut a little square, cut it in half of white card, and I'm just going to stick this behind it. So I'm just going to stick some glue there and stick this behind it. So it's only a scrap. That's going to give you that nice pocket handkerchief, and then just stick this on. So decide whereabouts you want it. I think I want it about there. I'm going to put it there. Now I had a little piece, might find that later on, so we'll see. Right, now I've got a piece of white card, and this piece of white card measures 2.5 by 3 5/8. And all I'm going to do is put it in at 1 3/4. No, not sorry, that's not right. Let's see what I forgot. Sorry, 2.5. So it's 3/4. Sorry. So I'm putting it in. No, that. What did I say it was? Sorry, 1 1/4. Where's my brain? 1 1/4. So all you're doing is the halfway point. So I'm putting it in at half a. One. There's that coming. My plates come out. Half a. And I'm just going to pull it down to half an inch, I think, will be fine. And then just going to fold that down at either side. Okay, and then we'll, doesn't matter that those are springing up, we want them to spring up, and then that's just going to tuck in behind there like that, so that can go all the way over there. So we're going to glue that in place. So just going to put glue down this side, just probably to halfway, just like that, then slot it in behind there like that. Perhaps come a bit further out actually. Yeah, I think I want it so that it's, I'm going to push it in a little bit like that. And then I've made a tie to go on the top here, and I just used this punch, so I'll show you how I did this. So I just put it in the tailored tag, and I'm just going to cut it roughly in the middle, my tailor's tag like that. So I'm just going to have a piece like that, and then the other bit, I'm just going to cut this straight again, and I'm just going to pop that in the bottom like that. So that's giving me a rough guideline, so I'm just popping it in like that. Now what I've got, I'm going to cut down a little bit more, so I've got a guideline to cut it down a little bit more, and then I'm just going to cut across the top like that, and that gives you your top part of your tie that's going to fit on there like that. Okay, then we're going to get this other piece and use this as a guideline as well. So we're going to come up the same, and I'm just going to go to the top and cut this straight. Then I'm going to just cut in either side like that, and then that just tucks under your thing that like that to make your tie. Okay, so let me get rid of all my bits so that I can put these down. So where do I like that one better than the one I made earlier? No, I'll have to go, this is a bit bigger, this one. I've made this one a bit bigger. That one was better that I've just made there, but there we go, we're going to glue that. So I'm going to glue, whoops, come out. I'm going to put glue all on here, stick this onto the top like that, and then we're going to put this glue on the rest of it. Make sure you've got that going there, and I have that coming down there. And in fact, we can slip that maybe a little bit under there, and slip it a little bit under there. Okay, so make sure you tie straight. So I've got my tie poking like that out of there. Okay, and then this is going to go on the top. Now I think I've left that a bit wide, so I'm just going to take a little bit off the side now, because I've left that a little bit too wide. So in the description box I'll go through my video, and I've actually just taken 1/4 inch off, and maybe let's have a look at that again. I might take a little bit off the white one as well. So we've taken a little bit, 1/4 inch off again at the other side, I think. I left it a little bit too long, but you might be better taking that off after you've stuck them together like I have, so that you can see how they form in. So that's going to go on there, so I'm just going to glue these pieces on. You could put this up on dimensionals if you wanted to, however I'm not going to, because I am making the inside bulky. So you could just do this and not go any further really by doing what I'm going to do. Now I've stamped my happy birthday ahead of time, and I'm just going to fussy cut this now out. Not being too careful, I'm just going round, just wiggling in and out a bit to give it a bit of interest, and round there. Make sure you round it, you don't want any nasty straight edges. So go round. So this is from the Happy Birthday to You. This was a free one that we got quite a while ago with celebrations. It's got a lovely birthday cake on this one. I love it. And it's got a lovely Happy Birthday font. So I thought with a posh suit, you want a posh Happy Birthday font. So I'm going to round it. Corner, and then that's all just going to sit there at the bottom. As I say, I'm not putting it up on dimensionals because the inside will be bulky. So, and this is the same so you could decorate it more if you wanted to, stick some embellishments on. I'm going to leave it like that for the moment. I might do some stars or something on, I've not decided. Right, now the inside. So we've started on part of the inside, so we'll just pop that out of the way for the moment. Now I've gone ahead and cut 4 pieces that measure 2 3/8 by 3 3/8. So you want 4 pieces of white card. I've then gone ahead and stamped a verse and then stamped my images, and I've gone all monotone. This was another free set we got in celebration that was called, so this is the Happy Birthday to You one, and then this is the Well Dress that I've used as well, and the verse is from Buddy Bonanza. So I've got these all prepared, and we'll use those in a minute. So you want a piece of card that measures 3.5 by 10 inches. We're going to score that at 2.5 5 and 7.5. Okay, and then all we're going to do with this piece, let me just put this out of the way 1 minute. All we're going to do with this piece is fold it in half, make sure that you have got it all level, crease down with your bone folder, and then we're going to fold it back on itself. So that's one side, turn it over and fold back on itself and crease, so that you've got an M shape like that. Okay, right, so let's pop that out of the way. We want another piece, and this piece measures 3.5 by 8. You're going to score it down the middle at 1 3/4, and then we're going to put it in on the long side, and we're not going to score, we're going to mark with a pencil. Okay, so I'm just going to mark at 2 1/4 at the top and bottom. So put a little mark there and a little mark at the bottom. Okay, so that was 2 1/4. We're then going to move it along to 5 3/4, and you're going to put a mark at the top and a mark at the bottom. Right, now what we're going to do is the mark you've got at the top there, you're going to do a diagonal line. So the mark that you've got, so that would be the opposite way there. So it's the diagonal we're going to do. Put it in your trimmer. So this was the 2 1/4 one, and this was the 5 3/4 at the bottom. Put it in your trimmer, or I always think it's better in a trimmer. Put it on that exact line. That is your cutting rivet, and move your score blade to score it on that diagonal. Then move it to the other side, and this is the 5 3/4 now in there, and the bottom one is your 2 1/4. You're going to put it exactly so that marks exactly in the center of this track, and the same at the bottom, and then you're going to score it up and down. Okay, so now this is what it will look like. You've got your score line going across the middle, then you've got a diagonal going down here, and can you pick that other diagonal up going that way? It's picking it up as my finger's going along it. Right, now what we're going to do is we're going to score our, fold and burnish our score lines. Now before we go any further, I'm going to rub out those little marks that I did. So I'm rubbing those marks out that I put on now. So rubbing those marks out, and I've just folded it and burnished it down the center. I'm then going to bring it up on the diagonal and crease that down there, open it up and bring it up to the other diagonal. Now they should be hitting the marks that you did put on, and so we're going to score it like that. Okay, now it's already, now I've done that, it's already moving. So you're going to bring these two up, and as I'm bringing those two up, you can see that it's made my arrowhead. So let's do that again. So we've folded it up, we undid it, and we scored it that way. Then we opened it up again, scored it that way. Then we brought these two up, and as we're bringing those up, it's naturally going into that position, and then we're going to really burnish these down. Okay, so on both sides, we're going to really burnish those down, get a really good there. Okay, now we're going to bring back in our card base and open it up, and this we are going to put your glue. It doesn't matter either side, it doesn't matter because it's the same either side. So I've just glued that side, and I'm just going to, let's just mark this actually. I'm going to mark it in the center, so I'm looking for 3 1/2. So I'm going to look for 3 1/2 on my card, and then I'm going to get my pencil, getting that 3 1/2, and I'm going to mark that point if it'll let me. And go, I'll do it with my blade. Can I see that? No, I don't think it's letting me do it. I'll do that again. Put it in at 3 1/2. Like that, 3 1/2. Let's see if it'll let me. I'm going to make my pencil. There, I've done it. because I've got a pencil that releases the lead, I've let it go longer, so I can now see where that center point is, not damaging my card. Okay, let's move that out of the way, and then I'm going to put it in the landscape version, and I've already got my glue on, and I'm just going to put that point exactly in that position. Okay, make sure it's straight. That should be in that position, so it should be equal either side. So you can see I've got that point now. Don't even need to bother rubbing that out, because we're going to just close the card in a minute, and nobody's going to be able to see that point anyway. So I'm going to put glue on the top now, and then bring it down. I'm going to just, sorry about the wobbling of the camera, open that, and so that should bring this mechanism now to do this. Okay, right, now I'm going to open it, and it will lie flat, and what I want you to do is I want you to put an X in the top right hand corner and the bottom left hand corner. Okay, and we just roughly, because this will go on here like this, yeah, that will go, let's have a look, we'll go across, yeah. So this is going to have glue, so put your card in the exact middle where the cross is, bring it up to the top, and you can see where that score line is. So I'm just going to show you a bit closer, so you can see that I've put that little mark there. So when I take it away, I'm going to just bring that very faintly down. Now where I've put the cross, this is where we're going to put glue on. So I'm going to do exactly the same, get this in the center. So I'll do it this way first, get it in the center where that crossover is, and I'm bringing it down, and I'm just going to put a little mark where that was, and then just put that line up like that, so I know that I'm putting glue in them two places. So I'm just going to put glue on there, and then on this cross as well, I'm going to put glue on there. Get this back in the middle, so make sure that's absolutely in the middle. In fact, if you fold it in half like I've just done, and this is the same width, so if I fold it in half like that, and then just press that down, and then do the same, I can just let it go flat and do the same. Okay, so when we close our card now, oops, it won't do it yet, let's just open, just got some on there. So when it gets hold of it, it will twist and fold it. Now I'm not letting the glue dry, so this is why it's not working yet. Once you get it going, it keeps going. So let's oopsie daisy, because I'm not letting the glue dry enough, I need to let the glue dry more. While it's drying, we'll just leave it in that position while it's drying. I think that's my best bet, yeah. So make sure, well, while we're doing this, I'm going to turn it round so that I've made sure that I've got the right side. I'm going to open it up, and I'm just going to position these. So I showed you these earlier, gave you the measurements for these. We're just going to stick these on the top, so I'm going to have the verse in the middle like that. So we'll just glue these on while we're waiting for this really to adhere. So I'll put this on. So just make sure they've got equal increments all around. Seem to have spilt out some glue. Whoops. So just, of course, when you're printing them, you want them in the landscape mode, not portrait. Okay. And the next one. And for this particular card, I would possibly write on the back, or you could do something there, put another white piece of card on, but I don't want it to get too bulky, so I'd probably write on the back of this card. So get these all lined up, and then the last one, and we'll see if it's stuck. Trouble is with messing about, I don't know whether the glue will hold it now, so we'll be seeing in a moment. Okay. Go on. Once it starts going, it will work properly. I've got to tease it a little bit. I think the glue's coming undone. Should be twisting. That's it. Okay, so once you've got it going, just give it a good rub. So you just have to feed it in, and then it opens and closes like that. Oh sorry, you can't see very well. There we go. So it twists and pops like that. My glue's coming off there, I don't know why. Just need to get some more glue put on there because it's not holding it. But once you've done it, it will then always do it. So let's get some glue back in there. Put that back on. Hold it down a little minute. So, and then that's how it twists. Whoops, wrong way, sorry. So then you open the card up and off it goes, twisting and popping. Like that. It just needs to hold in position. So I'm not going to open it up anymore. So that's how it is. So I'm hoping that you like that, because the more I'm messing with it, because the glue's not dry, I'm spoiling it. So we'll just leave it like that. So I hope you liked that. Have a go at it yourself. You could actually put some, in fact, I probably am going to stick some buttons down my suit, I think. So I have got some black matte dots. Yeah, so I think I'll stick some matte black dots to finish it off. So I think I'm going to use the smaller ones. So put one there. And about there. And one about there, I think. There we go. So that's your finished suit card for a male. Thank you very much for watching. Do appreciate it. Stay safe, stay well. Bye for now.